Welcome back to another episode of Jason's Life in 5. Today is Saturday, March 28th, 2026. And we are in Arizona, as an RV passes. We are just outside of Flagstaff. We are going to be visiting Walnut Canyon National Monument, at least at the first stop of our day. We have Tanya, my trusty travel companion, and we picked up
Carl.
His name is not Carl, don't listen to him. It's my cousin Dennis. We were down here visiting him for his birthday. He lives in Phoenix. I hope I'm not giving up too much information, but he's lived in Phoenix for like 10 years. He's never been to the Grand Canyon. So that is our ultimate goal today, because it's his birthday this weekend. Well, Monday, but it's close enough. So let's go check out Walnut Canyon, shall we? So we are in the monument. We're going to go in the visitor center here. Actually, we have the National Parks passport book, so we're going to take it in and get it stamped. I think we already actually visited here, but we can stamp it again. Why not?
Last week we had 5 rescues, but mostly they were for people that hurt. You look down there, can you see the river?
We are going to go ahead and hike the Island Trail. It goes down a few hundred feet. I think that says there's 273 steps down. We're going to go see some of the ruins, and hopefully it'll be a fun little hike. They have warned us, bring lots of water. It's only 0.9 miles round trip, so I don't know how dangerous this could be. Oh.
Well, see, now they're getting serious.
Got some real steps going on here.
No skateboarding.
385 feet to the bottom of the floor. We're only going to go down about half of that. Display talks about how they would build the walls with different stones and kind of smooth it out and make a doorway and just use the overhang. So for this one, those 2 walls are all that remain. Not a lot of space, that's for sure.
Go back to this old mud dwelling. We're going to be adding a USB drive right here in this wall. It's going to be the laundry room.
Not sure how well we can see it, but there's dwellings all along the cliff here, and even on the other side of the canyon. If we take a look, you can see. Definitely wouldn't be convenient to visit those neighbors. So Walnut Canyon, this area was discovered around the 1880s, I believe, and it wasn't until 1915 that it was actually designated a national monument, giving it some, protective status and some of those things. I think it was President Woodrow Wilson. Not 100%, but I think that's what I read. So, yeah, there's been a long history, over 100 years of this being part of the national park system, and, lots of archaeological studies. Up in the visitor center, it talked about the Smithsonian, in the early 1900s, checking it out. So, kind of an interesting place.
Get a picture of me holding it up.
Hold it, I'm going to get by.
Oh. Are you safe?
We made it.
That's what I do.
The trail continues. You can see more dwellings along the path here. They don't know a lot about the people that lived here. They said that it was populated around 1000 to 1250 AD, I believe is the time frame it had. So kind of an interesting thing. These people came, left this history, and we don't know anything about it. Now this one here, you can see the little doorway. Definitely looks like it might be a little bit of a tight fit. But we can do it. This is what it's like if you want to visit your neighbors. I'm thinking they might have been smaller people. It's the land of Oompa Loompas.
Suddenly these rocks are much larger looking at that hole, right?
There's a row of houses here, and this sign talks about the design and how it allowed for them to have fires inside and still have a way for the smoke to come out. Kind of get a scale. Fortunately, no entry allowed in these. Looks like they're trying to preserve them, or people have been naughty. We don't know which. Probably a little bit of both. Inside here you can see all of the black on the wall from all the smoke, but we will not enter. That is not a big doorway by any means. I guess maybe this one you can go in. Oh look!
Come on over. It's fun in here.
So this one we're in, you can see the black from the smoke. Doorway's a lot bigger on this guy. We were just talking about that. We think that might be really why they don't want you to go in the other one so people don't get hurt or break out the doorway some more. This one's already ruined, so they don't care, I guess. And some others you can go in. Here you go, here's one you don't have to go up any steps. That's for old people like us. And then we've got more with doorways that you can't enter.
Head beam there.
Yeah, that's how that head beam is how they hold it in place. Little wood up above. And you can see the little smoke stack up above.
Say hello to my little friend.
That's who lives there. It'd have to be your little friend. See, this is where the smoke came out. So the air would come in and force the smoke out the top. Come in the little tiny doorway.
These little guys have big feet.
Flowers are in bloom. The bees are rife with activity. If you look out on that ridge, you can see there's the visitor center where we started. Got a ways to go, evidently. Walnut Canyon National Monument is over 7,000 foot in elevation, so they are very adamant that people bring water and take it easy. And I have seen lots of people that are struggling a little bit with the hike. You can see where we descended. See some people on the path up there, and up at the top you can see the visitor center. That's where we're headed back. Tanya just saw me highlighting the hike back up, and her exact words were, "Ay, ay, ay." Found one of the current local inhabitants. He's getting a little meal on the bush.
Should be using a net.
It's a little breezy, and he's not bothered. He doesn't like being on camera. We survived the hike down and back up, and now we're gonna head back towards Flagstaff and onto the Grand Canyon, probably. Decided to bypass the interstate and stay on Route 66 into Flagstaff. Because why not? It's the 100th anniversary. Well, we have been driving for about 45 minutes north of Flagstaff, made a turn off of the highway, and the landscape over the last 20-30 miles has changed a bit. Definitely a lot more deserty, and we are getting close to the destination. Now my cousin Dennis here has never been to the Grand Canyon. He's lived in Phoenix. How long have you lived there? Like 10 years?
Yeah, almost 10 years.
And he's never made the detour up here. He grew up in California, so that I guess is fine, but I'm like, dude, you gotta come up here. So that's why we decided for his birthday, let's meet, we'll go to the Grand Canyon. So we're gonna get to see someone's virgin experience of checking out the Grand Canyon. You get kind of some inkling as it's starting back there. And that's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Looks like God left on the garden hose.
Okay, well, let's see what the garden hose did up here. We passed the sign. I guess we're in the park, but there's no signs of any canyon or anything grand, just some shrub. Coming up on the first view of the canyon. That's what it said on the sign, but I've seen it before, so it won't be the first view for me. But you,
prepare yourself, eyeballs.
all right. First stop is going to be the Desert View Tower. Getting our first little peek there through the trees.
You look crazy already.
Got the tower there. I remember seeing this tower from the first time we came. I remember coming here as a kid once, but more I remember the first time we brought my children here when they were younger, and I remember going up in the tower, and yeah, this is always fun. It's gonna be fun to see the first view, at least his first view of the canyon. Starting to open up a little bit.
Whoa.
Wait till you look over this way.
Dude, it's crazy how just deep it is.
Off to the left is where you're gonna really be like, what?
Whoa. This is good. Dude, when you understand the scale of things, that is just mind-boggling.
So Dennis, what do you think?
Dude, it's crazy. It's like it looks fake. It looks like a big painting.
Yeah.
It's crazy far. When you understand the scale of things,
Yep.
that is long.
And that river down there, you can see it.
It's deep and
Amazing.
goes forever.
Back in the 50s, I believe it was 1956, there was actually a TWA plane that crashed into another aircraft over the canyon here. I believe it's this butte over here. She said the remains of the plane are actually still out there. And she said it's on that butte. Now there's quite a few buttes out here, I'll be honest, but she said that they've actually painted the plane to kind of mask it or hide it, so when people fly over, or I don't know, I guess when you look out it's not an eyesore, but they have a marker over there that talks about the tragedy and how that has led to the creation of the FAA. And yeah, it's kind of interesting to think that, there's all this history here beyond nature.
You can see the frame of the plane. Or is it just such a mangled wreck that... Oh!
So behind me is the Desert View Watchtower. This was built in 1932, and it's been kind of an icon of the park ever since.
So if I got CJ something. You want to get CJ? That's for your couch. You don't have to. That's way possible. There are trails. Sure will. No, that'll be for right. And then that'll be for them.
Up on the Desert Tower observation deck. So I've been here before a number of times over the years, and I've been to the tower. And this is the first time I've been where you actually have to have time tickets to come up. Evidently it's much more popular than it used to be. So the tickets we got were like about 40 minutes later than when we got here. But we're gonna go up to the upper level. We're on the observation deck now. But we're gonna go check out the top of the tower. Tickets are free, but you gotta get them late. There's a view up inside the tower. It's an artwork. What's up there look like rabbits in baskets or something. There's probably meaning behind it. But I like to think of them as rabbits. Thank you. Look down where we came from. Still more levels to go up. And they got a little skinny walkway here along the top. And then they have the walkway for the wide loads. How's it going there, wide load?
It's wild. This is nuts.
Heading up to the top level of the tower. At least I believe this is the last staircase. There's a ladder, but you can't go up that. Look at that, we got it all to ourselves. The benefits of showing up later than the rest of the group. Kind of cool. They've got these binoculars. And if you don't put in a quarter, this is what you see. Dark. But you can just look out the window. It's a pretty good view. Looks like they suckered someone out of a quarter. You put in a quarter and it's not working?
It's right here. It's still in the quarter.
Oh, and there goes the quarter. Maybe you gotta try another one.
Let's see if I can pick it up. Oh. One in and out. That's the one people want to look out. That one's busted too. Look, there's another quarter there.
There's another quarter? You made a quarter!
I just made a quarter.
Oh, man.
Quick, check the rest.
What about this one?
Quick, check the rest.
Oh, no quarter. Dang it. Skunked again.
50 cents. 50 cents.
Ooh, 50 cent. They got these windows here. They look like they're in the shape of the state of Utah. A little bit short, but interesting. You see they've got little windows up here that are open. See the little door, got a little breeze. You can hear the wind blowing. Amazing views. It's just incredible. Gonna go check out the Desert View Marketplace. They have souvenirs, t-shirts, film and phone cards. Something tells me these are older signs. We have made it to Grand Canyon Village. This is on the south rim of the Grand Canyon. We're at the visitor center. We're gonna go and check out the displays. See kind of, I don't know, maybe there's a movie or something we want to check out. And definitely lots of views of the canyon we're gonna check out. I don't think it's certainly what most people would think of when they think of a national park when you come here. This is pretty populated. It's the Grand Canyon Village, I think is what they call this little town. You know, there was a general store that we passed. There's campgrounds, but then there's lots of hotels and lodges and, you know, options to eat. So kind of a different park experience, I would say. They've got some vendors up here selling some jewelry and things. Kind of interesting.
I don't know. I'm probably Daisy. Okay.
We're gonna walk up from the visitor center to Mather Point, one of the best outlooks at the park, and take in some more of the canyon.
Oh, this is good. My bottle really is.
Yeah, here they're friendly and the cities are gangsters.
This is clearly the popular site. You can see all of the people out here checking out the Mather Point view. Got a little squirrel up here on the rock. Hello, little guy. How are you? I don't have any food for you, but I'll check you out. You just waiting for handouts? Bye. Behind me here is one of the highlights I always look for at the national parks I visit. It's the Mather plaque, Stephen Mather. He was the first superintendent of the national parks. Actually kind of a cool guy, cool story. He had made a lot of money in business and he felt passionate about the parks in the early 1900s and spent his own fortune to become the leader and protector of the parks, really. Kind of a neat story. Heading down to yet another outlook. Just amazing how, no matter which one you look at, just breathtaking views everywhere.
I was gonna shade this and I totally forgot. I didn't realize it. I'm like, oh, well, who cares?
We're down here at the Grand Canyon Village area, and we're walking over to the lodge. We found somewhere to park. It's a lot of people here, even for it being a national park. And I'm walking along, and there are all of these deer over here. There's at least 6 or 7 of them. They're just chilling, eating. Love seeing the wildlife out here. Just chowing, don't even care. People driving by. Got one sitting down on the ground over there. Got a couple sitting down. They're just having a good old time at the Grand Canyon. I'm just sitting there, flapping his ears. Her ears, I don't know which. Just chilling. So there you go. Some of the nature you get to see at the national parks. Let's go check out the lodge. We'll see the real wildlife. So we went into the soda fountain and lunchette. Got some ice cream. Rather than getting fresh scooped, we got a little pint to share. We got prickly pear sorbet. Prickly pear's big around here. It's from the cactus. So we're gonna eat some prickly pear ice cream at the edge of the canyon.
So, I got an Americano coffee. Bon appetit.
Is it enhancing your view?
Supervision activated.
So here is our sorbet. See, it's very pink. And how is it?
Coffee's hot.
I meant the ice cream.
It's amazing. It tastes like a cactus, like you fell face first into a cactus.
So we are here at the El Tovar Lodge. I know I said so. And I'm trying not to say that in the videos. But this is the spot where the Family Truckster, I guess this is the 2026 version of Family Truckster, for those that know vacation, pulled up. Clark went in. I think he tried to cash a check. They wouldn't take it. Anyways,
Clark, don't you want to look at the Grand Canyon?
We can go look at it. It's right there. Let's go check out the lodge. So we went inside the lodge, did some shopping, and now they're having a little bit of a senior time on the porch. It's been a long day at the canyon. Standing there looking. Now we're gonna go head back to our campground and get camp set up.
Jason, but don't you want to look at the Grand Canyon?
All right.
Okay.
Yep, let's go. Oh. Well, the sun has gone down quickly, but we did get the camp set up. You can see the fire, we got the tent. Should be a good little setup for the night. So now we're just roasting s'mores over the fire.
Alright. Full-blown camp stuff.
Pretty good day. Visiting the parks.
That's true. Saw a lot of stuff today.
Seeing a lot of fun stuff, and now finishing up with cooking s'mores at the Grand Canyon.
Lighting these on fire.
Or making a torch. Well, I think that is going to do it for today's adventure. Thanks for watching. We'll be back maybe tomorrow with another adventure. Happy travels.